this one's wife? A right pair of dodgers. Here's the big question. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor, and why not begin with a rendition of that classic, Take Me Out to the Ball Game, by Jack Norworth and Albert von Tilzer from 1908. Yes. And it is to the baseball that we go, to the ball game. For who do we find there? None other than the privacy-seeking Sussexes. Yes! Continuing the PR blitz, which means that nearly every single day we have seen them doing something, appearing somewhere. This time, they're pictured at the ball game. Courtesy of Outkick, they lead with the headline, Prince Harry, this one's wife, enjoy much-needed privacy at Dodger Stadium's World Series Game 4. No prizes for guessing their view as to what they think about this odious couple. A royal letdown disaster at Dodger Stadium in Game 4 is the subheading. Harry and this one's wife, headline divas, joined the celebrity row at Dodger Stadium to the groans of many familiar with these lovebirds' history of faking it in Hollywood. No punches being pulled so far. The pair, once supportive of the Blue Jays and Canada, ditched that allegiance to catch some low-hanging love from Dodger fans at the stadium, chilling near the front of Los Angeles' hottest event, where tickets to sit with the pigeons surpassed $800. Hardly a surprise to learn, of course, that this one's wife would ditch allegiance to somebody and then switch it to somebody else. After all, she is a narcissist and goes where her narcissism dictates that she's going to get the best deal for the prime aims. Apparently also there were LeBron James, Jason Bateman, Magic Johnson and Tobey Maguire. Harry and this one's wife's cameo prompted some love from MLB's social media. Followers, however, weren't as thrilled to see the couple, known more for their incessant Hollywood grovelling than for any recent achievements. From teary docuseries to tell-all interviews, the Sussex have turned their struggle with the spotlight into a full-blown PR case study. It then goes on to mention that Sydney Sweeney was also to be found there, although she was a little harder to spot as she wasn't sporting a baseball cap and she was wearing sunglasses and wasn't grinning cheesily directly into the camera in the manner of this one's wife. Accordingly, the paparazzi just happened to know that this one's wife and Prince Harry are at the ball game. Entertainingly, you can see from the pictures that show them there that the people around them really didn't give a rat's ass as to who was sat near them, probably didn't even recognise them, just thinking they were probably a pair of tourists wearing their baseball caps. The gentleman in the check shirt busy checking his watch rather than thinking, who are the people in front of me? And the couple sat beside them, they're engrossed in their conversation rather than wanting to talk to this one's wife and Harry, and who can blame them? But what's the big question that arises from yet another appearance? After all, is the question, what's going on with this PR push? We had this one's wife turning up in Paris for the Fashion Show. More about that later. She also then turned up with Harry in New York, was seen trying to kidnap Gloria Steinem. She attended a shitty lunch at the Shit at the Table. She appeared at the Godmother's Bookshop. She is like a rash at the moment. We might have to call her the Rash in future because she is popping up all over the place. Then we had the pumpkin patch performance, which was pumped out on social media, and here they are again. Is it part of demonstrating that they're a lovey-dovey couple to quash any suggestions about the fact that they might be divorcing? After all, Harry did not look very pleased when he was on that red carpet for the Healthy Minds event in New York. Is this a concerted effort to demonstrate to people that all is well in Paradise Monty Shit Show? Well, quite possibly. Naturally, as you know by now, this one's wife has to ensure that she's seen because that allows her to assert control over the audience, draw fuel by way of their responses to the lifeblood of the narcissist, and of course to manage that facade of, here's me and my foxy husband, all is well. But that's not the big question. What about the big question as to, once again, this one's wife has demonstrated that she slaps the bronzer on, but forgets about her arms. As you can see in both pictures that are shown on screen, there is a demonstrable difference between the shade of her hand and arm compared to that of her neck and her face. Yes, cosplaying race again, it would appear. No, that's not the big question. The big question is, where are the kids? You would think that attending a baseball match would be something that children might enjoy or would want to enjoy the experience as a whole. I remember a little while ago, I attended a baseball match, and it was between the Tampa Bay Rays and the Houston Astros, if I remember correctly. And what I found interesting was that it was very much an occasion in terms of almost like a family day out for many people. There was the fact that people didn't necessarily turn up when the baseball started. They came in part way through, which sometimes, of course, you can be delayed by traffic, etc. But I got the clear impression that it didn't matter that you weren't there at the start because it took such a long time for the game to be played anyway. It was almost like watching a test match, cricket for those who aren't familiar. And people were enjoying their footlong, and the gentleman was back and forth telling us ice cold beer here and so forth, and there was all of the concessions for the different food. And it struck me very much as a family occasion. There wasn't any chanting, for instance, that you'd get at British football matches. You're going to get your fucking head kicked in. None of that. It was all good, clean fun, it would appear. And there were a lot of families there, a lot of children there. But for the Sussexes, no. Why would we bother taking our children to the baseball? After all, it's all about us, isn't it? Another opportunity to do something together. But of course, the problem is, this one's wife can't control that environment. What she can do is organise for a fake pumpkin patch to be created and say, look, put down some pumpkins, we'll come along and we will be seen, pictured amongst it, we'll hire it for an hour, keep the riffraff out, then we can control the photography and the videos, etc. We'll do the creation of some pumpkins, although the kids aren't going to be allowed to do that. We'll just allow Harry and Pimp Daddy Marcus and Dorito to be involved in all of that, but we can control all of it. Oh, the kids go to the baseball. No. There's a risk then that photographs will be taken that we have no control over, that people might film what's going on. And therefore, this demonstrates what a narcissist this one's wife is. She will allege it's for the protection of the children, but it's not. It's all the necessity of control. Those children, they're not taken out to the ball game. They're not let out of the attic. Hardly ever. This one's wife won't take them to a baseball game because then she doesn't have control over the situation. That they might behave in a particular way, which causes a problem for her, which, as I've explained previously, demonstrates her less than maternal instincts, and therefore it causes her control of them to be highlighted, that she's not able to do it, that she isn't maternal with them, that all the talk would be about the children and not her, which of course is anathema to the narcissist. And furthermore, that as a whole, they just could be doing things which she doesn't have the same level of control over vis-a-vis the media watching what they were doing. Therefore, they're not allowed to come. And that tells you so much about the attitude of this one's wife, that her public image means more to her than the joy and happiness of her own children. Or the children, dependent on what view you take with regard to how they arrived in this world. She is concerned more about how she looks and the overall images presented than those children enjoying something with their mother and their father, or the experience as a whole. You do not see them doing anything public because of this innate need for control over the children, and also in relation to her public image. And once again, an opportunity to do something which children would probably enjoy, or at least would want to have the experience and then make a determination as to whether they'd want to go again. Maybe not Lily, perhaps she's a little bit young for it, but Archie, surely he would be interested in it, but no, he's not afforded the opportunity, is he? Because it's all about ensuring that this one's wife is able to eye-fuck the camera, whilst Harry sits there thinking, yeah, here I am, thank goodness I managed to slosh a vodka and lime into the cup next to me to anaesthetize me to the presence of this woman who once again has to pour me as a photograph is taken to demonstrate that how in love she is with me. We all know she's not, because she has no emotional empathy. A right pair of dodgers, dodging responsibility, dodging accountability, dodging parenting, seen at the LA Dodgers game. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.